Oh, not much. Just living the dream.
You enjoyed your birthday too much?
Every, I enjoy every day too much.
Birthday, Super Bowl, living your best life.
You're
Exactly, man.
welcome, hon.
How the rest of y'all living? Fabulous. Carissa's fabulous because she sent me her side profile shot. She's looking bright.
Say hi.
Put you on blast.
Hi.
Oh God, it's Colton. She's not even here. Does she just make you log on so it looks like she's here?
That's not true.
Is there a power outage up there? What's going on, man?
I came into a separate room to try and be by myself, and he had to follow me.
He had to follow you. How you feeling, girl? You feeling strong?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was about to offer to take up a collection for a light bulb, but it looks like she has one.
There we go. We got let there be light. Let there be light. I heard you're coming down for a springtime surprise, Colton.
He's not.
Just you?
Just me.
Oh God. I'm about to do a thing real quick before we get started. And I blame my wife. This girl just sent me that she entered the drawing for the marathon. The New York Marathon. Should I do it? Should I try to get in this thing?
I did mine yesterday.
You did
Why
yours
not?
yesterday?
Yep.
How do I register? It just says runners. Where I should have made her do this.
When is it?
That's a good question. February 11th. No, wait, that's the application time. Oh, I have till the 25th.
November 2nd.
November 2nd?
Yep.
Oh, wife, we got something that day.
Yeah, you have the New York City Marathon that day.
We have a family deal that we no longer go up to New York during the cold times. She clearly, I don't know, she ran one marathon and got hyped. You would think she'd pop a little faith on here because I'm not home. She would, check in. I guess not. And how you feeling? You got in on Wine and Dine, right? Did you get who got in on Wine and Dine? Like 17 people. Yeah, it was Michelle.
Yeah.
Me.
17, 20 people messaged me that they got into Wine and Dine.
Me.
Who else said me?
I did.
Chris. All
Krista.
right. 10K only for Karen. Larry's in.
But I got to register last week though, so
I was driving. Oh, Kate's in the challenge. Val's in the 5 and 10. Debbie's in the challenge. Ooh, a lot of people doing it. That's fun. I like that. I was driving down to South Florida. When was it? Yesterday. And I had to pull over to fuel up. I was able to make it into a Starbucks at 9:55, grab my coffee off the counter, get my laptop up and running right at 9:59 and still get only a 10-minute wait. I'm like, that never works out like that for me. I was back on the road by like 10:10 and everybody in the group chat was like, "You're in already? How are you back on the road?" Yo, Jeeve, come out for Wine and Dine.
Oh man, that's hard, man. That's I don't know, man. I didn't like the artwork this time. I didn't care for it.
Oh, fine. Are you gonna do marathon again?
Maybe though. Oh, you already know it, man. I'm already going back for Dopey 4.
No, before. I need you to take a break so I can get one ahead of you.
Dopey 4, man. Oh man, no. Absolutely. So I need 2 knee replacements and can't run anymore.
Oh my God. Let's not get there. Let's keep your legs strong.
Oh yeah. It's going good though.
It's going good. Recovery's good.
Can't can't complain. It's just these PRs are starting to get real hard to get.
A little bit.
A little bit incline and stuff like that.
Yeah. He's he's coming off. When'd you get injured? A week before Dopey? 2 weeks before Dopey?
2 weeks before Dopey, and
You got
threw
a
a
freak
Hail
accident.
Mary.
Freak accident, got like ran over by a lawnmower or something. And then
Tractor, man, tractor. Don't
a tractor
lawnmower. I'm like
ran over
lawnmower.
by a tractor and then had to go. Well, went on a Disney cruise and did Dopey like 2 weeks later. Champion. That's the first time you've been on one of these calls, so I got to shout you out. Val, do we have electricity?
Appreciate it.
No more
Yeah.
power just today?
Yeah, everything okay. We have like a really, really bad storm yesterday, and it cooled down. Many trees fell down.
Just relocate. Argentina's,
I wish.
you're too far from the rest of us.
Yeah, I know. I wish I could.
I just jumped from California to Argentina like that. Technology. Is Alicia on? Alicia asked me a good question before I popped on here. So I want to hit some of the questions, open the floor for some questions, pick on some people, bully some people, talk about some things. Alicia's not on here, but I know she'll watch the replay. Any other vegans in the group? I know you got Ryan's vegan. Any others? No. All right, good. That's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. She asked how to get, after our supplement talk, Alicia asked how to get more omega-3s in the diet, omega-3s and 6s. Your primary sources are going to be fatty fish. So not even like tilapia. It's salmon that does the trick. Fatty ones, mackerel, sardines, trout. That's a good source if you're not a vegan, but she's a vegan. So top sources are walnuts. One's a big one. You could mix that into any kind of granola, sprinkle them on a cereal, or just eat them as is. Chia seeds go good in a smoothie, Alicia. Oatmeal as well. You can just throw them in there. Make a little pudding action. Flax seeds, same thing. Throw them into smoothies and stuff. You won't even taste them. They'll just add a little texture. Hemp seeds are a good one for that. And even if you aren't a vegan, like these are good healthy things you could put in. Just watch your fat content. Make sure you don't like throw in a ton of flax seeds and chia seeds and walnuts, because you're gonna up your fat content real quick.
Or if you don't like fish.
You don't like fish?
I hate seafood.
So all right. So there we go.
Even the smell of it makes me want to hurl.
You crazy.
Yep.
You crazy. I'm gonna when I answer my next question, I'm gonna actually talk about what I ate last night. There's something called algal oil that can go good in food and you can cook with. It's actually made from the oil of algae. So anything in the ocean, you're gonna get good source of omega-3s. Edamame, which I know she eats. I know she eats that, so edamame would be good. And those are going to be like the main ones I found for getting the omega-3s and 6s. Alicia just started taking creatine, so I'm excited to see how she fares from that. But Alicia, message me if you're incorporating any of those anytime soon. Mostly veg with some seafood. See, so Heidi, vegetarian, but mixes in the seafood. She's not going to have a problem getting those omega-3s and omega-6s. You should be good to go there. Making sure I got nothing on the chat. Amy asked me, it was Amy, right? Eating while traveling. Oh, I have a weird echo in the hotel. It's free. Eating while traveling and eating while camping. How to stay good on the nutrition while doing that. And I am currently traveling. I had full intentions on eating well while I was here. I cooked protein before I left, hit the office, threw it right in the fridge in the office. A pound of lean sirloin and a pound of, hopefully my wife's not watching, lean bison, which I just tell her is ground beef when I'm at home. So those two things, but we're thinking more like what you can get. I ended up swinging through. I found out my first trip in all these years I've been traveling for these people that I get a stipend when I travel for them. So I was like, oh, let's go spend their money instead of spending mine. Let's go to Whole Foods. And I went to Whole Foods. I stocked up things I just bought so I had access to and I had quick protein because I know I've got busy days while I'm down here. The meat sticks. So vegetarians, vegans, I'm sorry, but the meat sticks are phenomenal. I got, I believe, the Chomps brand, which are 10 grams of protein. I think I got the chicken one, which was low in fat. I also grabbed, what is this? Just because I wasn't buying, and like, you go to Whole Foods, you got to start thinking about what you spend. Let's see if you can see this. Let's see. Let's turn off my background. You can see my messy hotel for now. Boom, boom, boom. Background. Go bye background. I got these epic pork rinds. Fairly healthy. 70 calories in a serving. 0.5 grams of saturated fat. Not too bad there. A little bit of sodium with 250 grams. 0 carbs and 11 grams of protein. There's 5 servings in the bag. Looking at that, that is not going to last me 5 servings. Be lucky if we get 2 out of there. So just doing a little math, I'll get 22 minus 5.5, 27.5 grams out of whatever I eat there. 7140 plus 35, 175 on the calories. Still not bad. You know, it's just a little snack. I'll probably save that for the ride home. And what else did I grab? I grabbed a couple other snacks, little protein bars. You can get ones like, Amy, you were talking more of like you were camping, right? Not just like traveling for, you don't have access to a Whole Foods or a Trader Joe's or a Sprouts, right?
No, and it's going to be, I'm going to be gone for 2.5 weeks this summer and just trying to figure out, like, instead of like the junky foods, the lots of processed, like trying to find a good alternative between like what are meats that can be kept in a cooler because I'm not going to have access to electricity, you know, things like that. That
you'll be able to keep them cool for a good amount of time, right? I mean,
yes. So like getting ice that way, yep, and using a cooler, but not necessarily like a refrigerator or things like that.
I wouldn't mess with fish just because, you know, you don't want it fluctuating temperature that much. But yeah, I would just get some lean meats. You're out there for 2 weeks and there's no grocery store close.
We'll eventually hit a town where we'll stop, but it's going to be very hit or miss as far as like what kind of grocery store we're going to hit.
All right. I would stock up on some chicken and then just like healthier snacks, like those. They say pork rinds. I mean, it's got 40% less fat, gluten free. I haven't tried them yet, but it looks like a good healthy snack, and it looks like something that's gonna. When I travel, I'm like so inclined to grab something junky just because I'm not in my flow, and I'm like, if I get a craving for that, that'll help. And then those beefs, Carissa mentioned the chomps. Those are, I mean, you can buy. You probably, when do you travel?
It will be in June, but just trying to like plan out. So I have time. I was just trying to pick people's brains.
You've got enough time to go on Amazon and get those for probably a quarter of the price what I charge a company for Whole Foods. But it wasn't my bill, so I took it. And then, you know, just other things you could keep, like granola is going to be healthy. I imagine if you're camping, you're going to be moving and grooving a lot, right? Like there's hikes, stuff like that. So I wouldn't worry going too overboard. You know, your weight's in a solid place too. So it's not like you have to, 2 weeks of camping, you're not going to gain 20 pounds eating s'mores and marshmallows, even if you do. Like getting some protein in there. Fruits probably not, because those are going to go bad. I mean, you could still get through like a week of fruits. Nuts would probably be good. High protein, high fiber. Nuts. What else was I thinking of? Yeah,
Amy, have you ever tried dehydrating your own food and like making your own dehydrated meals for hiking and camping? And then you just make them in your packages and add your boiled water afterwards?
I have, like years ago when I led trips, I used to do that. I don't have a dehydrator anymore, so it's not something. I mean, I know we can do things in the oven, but yeah.
I think I told you about that podcast I listened to. You know, and these guys were always talking. One of the guys discovered that you can dehydrate stuff on a smoker, and he's like, "I've just been dehydrating meats in a smoker, and it's so much cheaper than buying like a Chomps, and then you kind of control what kind of meat you got in there. I'm not crafty enough for that. I am not. I don't own a smoker, but I was like, oh, that's pretty cool that I could do that, because when I'm traveling, that's the first stop I go. I go look at like the beef jerky, see if they have anything like that, because I'd rather eat a real food. And beef jerky's come so far where you used to just see like Slim Jim and stuff like that. And what's the brand in the red package? Somebody knows it.
Probably Jack Links.
Jack Links. That's it. And like they're gonna load up some stuff there. It's gonna be full of sodium. But now you can find like those healthier brands like Chomps and the company that makes this, Epic. Epic has it. So they've got some good ones there. Those would be my go-tos. I'm not a camper. If Kim was on here right now, she would tell you there's no way I'm getting her in a tent. She ain't going in the tent. No, it's not happening. Bison, why? And then anybody else that like travels for work, I do it very rarely, but when I travel for work, like I don't normally go to the Whole Foods. Chipotle is probably my go-to because I know it's healthy ingredients and I know I can kind of control what I'm gonna get in there. I literally have a Chipotle sitting staring me down that I'm gonna have in 45 minutes. But last night I was in the Whole Foods and I'm like, you know what? Now my mind, when I go to Whole Foods, and it's a very rare occasion where I'm gonna hit the buffet there, I'm like, it's like $13 a pound at Whole Foods. It's like it adds up quick, and I eat fairly large. So I'm like, all right, I'm not paying for it. I'm just gonna fill up my. I ended up getting like $37 at the buffet. I went overboard. I had 2 fish in there, some chicken, 2 fish, chicken. I threw in some hard-boiled eggs because they were all out of those, and some rice because I needed some good carbs. And then I filled up a salad as well. So like finding somewhere like that where you can kind of control it. But yeah, whole paycheck, you're 100% right. Like I said, I don't go in there. I'm more of a Trader Joe's guy unless it's not on my bill. So yeah, I would do that. Look for places like that. Greens places for anybody else to travel. Like fortunately, I'm in South Florida. They have Just Salad down here and Cool Greens. Like there's all sorts of places where you can kind of control that salad and make sure you get what you're looking for in there. And then I loaded up a salad, and then I got lucky. This place had a little continental breakfast. So I must have had 20 eggs this morning, and then I may have took 4 of them and a yogurt for lunch while I was at work. So I was like, I'm gonna have a long day today. So let's stock up on some stuff. You could probably get some yogurt. I'm worried about like if you're camping, Amy, like yogurt in a fridge or a freeze, like a cooler. Like if that thing starts getting too warm, you're gonna be having issues. Hopefully that gives you a little. What do you normally bring when you camp? Without you trying to be healthy.
Yes. So, and that's the dilemma. So like there'll be things like I prep ahead of time, or like with the kids, we would do like hot dogs and like, just stuff that's just not, seems overly processed. How about that?
If you're trying to avoid that's a crazy thing about like the time we're living in. There are probably healthy brands of hot dogs out there. Like it's still not going to be your best choice, but I know when I was like transitioning to eating healthier and trying to avoid hot dogs, the big thing is with the nitrates. And I was like trying to get away from having nitrates, and it's going to come to me. It's going to come to me. Applegate Farms. Like you're still eating a hot dog, but let's actually look up Applegate Farms. Applegate Farms hot dogs, no chemical nitrates. Clean, simple ingredients, no GMOs, antibiotics, artificial ingredients like sodium nitrates. Like that they put on their website, or artificial ingredients like sodium nitrate used in fireworks, or sodium diacetate used in hand warmers. And then they say it's the cleaner wiener. But that's probably like, I think There's an apple chicken sausage at Costco that I think is a clean food. I have a feeling, Melissa, you're talking about the Amy Lou brand. Amy Lou, that might be it. And you can freeze those and bring. Yep, I think it's the Amy Lou brand she's talking about that they have at Costco. I found that brand there, and it's super healthy stuff. Most of it's like Whole30 approved, so it doesn't have any other. And I'm not like a huge Whole30 guy, but it's not going to have a bunch of hidden garbage up in there. And they make a ton of different options. I found those first at Costco, but Sam's Club has them. I'm not sure if BJ's has them. Whatever one's closer to you. They do an andouille chicken sausage. They do apple and Gouda chicken sausage. They got a lot of good stuff. Making myself hungry right now. Do you eat tuna? That's a good one, Chris. Chris, I thought you just said you don't like fish.
I don't eat the tuna ones, but I have the chicken ones, but they do have the tuna.
Yeah, I like taking the chicken and the tuna. We've done that in the past too.
Yeah, that's usually my snack when I'm out volunteering for medical on the races.
How does the chicken taste?
The chicken salad one is actually pretty good.
Chicken salad one's good.
Yeah.
I have looked at that multiple times, and I always end up just grabbing the tuna.
Or even the Walmart version. They're not bad either. They actually have some nice flavored ones,
All right.
like lemon chicken or I can't remember. There's a spicier one too.
All right. I know when Kim was starting to transition a little more meat back in her diet before she started with just going pescatarian and getting a little bit of fish, and tuna became her go-to for protein. And I think it was Sam's Club sells a 40-gram thing of tuna. It's 40 grams of protein in there. It's like just double the size. So it's super easy way. She's oh God, this is death wish. I was about to throw my wife's weight out there and take a random stab at it. I wouldn't have been seeing y'all anytime soon. But it's probably, if she eats a 40-gram container of that, it's probably, let's say, almost a little more than a third of her protein content for the day, almost half her protein content for the day that she needs to hit, which simplifies things. I can't eat it. I was trying, and I will eat healthy foods in the pursuit of my fitness all the time and suffer through some of the healthy foods. Like, oh yeah, I'll drink raw egg. No problem. I gotta get my protein up. And I just couldn't do it on the canned tuna. I did it for a little bit, and then I was just like, this is not it for Tom. What else we got? Jeeves said, enjoy the camping and then get back to the grind. This is coming from somebody who went on a Disney cruise a month ago and went all in. Krista, since I got you on the camera, do I have to look and see if we've had any Panda Express?
I'll just tell you straight up. Yes, I have.
Yes, I have. You got a Panda Express thing.
I do, yeah.
All right. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. Man, it's good. That's one of my weak points on food is Chinese food. So I told y'all I got some, it was the weirdest Whole Foods buffet haul. There was the fish in there. I had two pieces of fish. I had chicken, but it was like Asian chicken. It was like orange chicken. But it was the first time I didn't feel like inflamed or bloated, like anything this morning. I felt really good. And I'm like, oh, it's probably just less junk put into the Whole Foods buffet version. And I may have had a meatball because we don't eat Italian in my house. And it's just one of those foods she doesn't like. So I very rarely get Italian. There's that. There's that.
What irks me about that place is they used to have brown rice. They got rid of it, so must not have been very popular. So now they just have the regular white rice.
Oh, at Panda? Oh, you're
At Panda.
like Whole Foods.
No, like
Hopefully.
I think I might have been the only person getting brown rice.
No, I was definitely getting that. I was definitely getting that. Now, if you're doing Princess, what next weekend? Oh my God. If you're doing Princess next weekend, make sure you sub out your workouts. If you still want to get 3 in, I would try to shift in like Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, unless you're doing 5K too. You know, I'll still work out Friday, but I'm a little crazy after I do the 5K. I'm like, well, got a couple screws loose up here, but okay to take Friday off. Sub in the 2-week to race workouts. If you don't know how to sub them in, shoot me a message. I will sub them in for you. Let the legs get a little bit of a rest. Let them rest. Let them breathe. Who am I seeing at Princess?
Angela and I will be there.
Oh, I know you two gonna be there.
Me
I have a
too.
question though. Speaking of workouts, so do Disney hotels have gyms?
Some of them.
The moderates and up do.
Ooh, I'm so lucky we have Disney people on here. Moderates and
Uh,
up. Yeah, where y'all staying?
Okay. We're economy all the way. We're staying at the All-Star Movies, one of the All-Stars. So my workouts are all gym equipment. So what would I sub for?
Do you have bands that you can
I mean, yeah, they're not like high end or anything, but
I can
I would suggest.
I'll sub you in a body weight. Because you know what? You're not gonna want to kill yourself before you kill yourself. And you're in for the challenge, right?
Yeah, I have a death wish apparently.
All right. In worst case scenario, I'll pick you up after the 10K and I'll bring you to my gym.
After the 10K.
After the 10K.
I've barely been able to make it to 9 miles, like all in one sitting. You want me to run a 10K and then you made it jump into the gym?
You're gonna be fine.
I'm not in that good a shape.
You're gonna be fine. I'm gonna find you on that course and just chase you down.
I think we're on opposite ends of those corrals.
I didn't submit a time for this one. I like to live dangerously.
I don't
Tom's over
know.
there with balloons attached to himself, scaring the bejesus out of people.
Wasn't somebody complaining that somebody was doing that? Like a random person bought balloons just to be
Somebody
a,
did that a couple of years ago as a costume, and they were immediately told to remove it.
Was that
Really?
the Wine and Dine, like the Cocoa Wine and Dine 5K a few years ago? Because I'm pretty sure I saw some people
it was
like
one
that.
and nine too. Yeah, year before last.
Yes, I do remember that happening.
And
'Cause it was
they
my
were
first
promptly
Wine and
asked
Dine.
to remove the balloons.
It's just disrespectful. Those things already give people anxiety. Like
Yeah, people like me.
people like
Ain't
you,
that the truth?
they
My
give
times
you
are not
anxiety.
good enough to get where you're at, okay? I do not sit in corrals B. I was shoved back to corral E this last uh wine and dine, and I had never been an E before.
Not I don't know if I've done E.
I'm not happy with E.
You're not happy with E?
God no, I was fine in D because I could get up to the front and be able to go and not worry about looking over my shoulder for the whole course. And being that was my first half.
Larry, did I tell you what triggered me during marathon weekend?
No,
We were running through. Were you there? You were there marathon?
no, I didn't do marathon this year. I'm still not sure if I'm going to do it next year or not. I haven't done it yet.
All right. So what were you there for that weekend at all?
No,
No. Okay.
I was home and warm.
All right. So we were coming up. The course went up as you're working your way towards Magic Kingdom, past Polynesian, and through a little bit of like the Grand Floridian property before you went on that walking trail to Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, I heard about that. That was a bottleneck there.
The bottleneck, but when we got to the Grand Floridian parking lot, this woman yells out at like the entire field of runners, "Yeah, the back of the pack's where the party's at." And I was like, I use the B word. I'm like,
Oh,
we weren't even that far back. We weren't even that far back. She's like, "You're in the party corral." I'm like, well, way to mentally defeat me before I'm, 6 miles in. But we were in a group. It was fine, but it kind of got in my head. It bothered me. I did marathon out of E this year to be with a friend, and it was less crowded than D was. I heard that from my buddy in A. He said it was super not crowded. It was awesome. I said, things I'll never know. Ran with my sister-in-law on Corral E, the half marathon. It was fine. Yeah, E's where the fun people are. E's where the fun people are. Larry, you asked about carb loading before the race.
yeah, because I'm doing the whole weekend. I'm doing the 5 and the challenge. So I'm not wanting to get started too early with carb loading, but yet just a guideline mainly.
What do your training runs look like? So what are you getting in like a 45-minute training?
I'm getting a on an easy one. I'm getting a 5K in 45 minutes.
Oh, perfect. That was the exact answer I was looking for. So do you load up extra for that?
Not for a 5, no.
So I wouldn't even mess with things on a 5. I wouldn't toy with it at all. The 10, I don't think your energy needs are gonna be super higher than they normally were. I mean, it's gonna be a little bit, but you're also planning for Sunday. You need to make sure you have enough energy for Sunday. So normally
Right.
I'd probably say 2 days before for a half. Being that you're throwing the 10K in there, 3 days prior. So we're looking at half marathon is Sunday. So working my way backwards, Saturday, Friday, Thursday. Thursday, start carbon up, like fuel up a little extra. Don't let me see you at the expo having too many beers.
No, not at Expo.
No, not at
It's
expo.
it's after the race.
And then like, say maybe 8-ish grams like per kilo of body weight. So I'd have to do a little math there to figure that out for you. But I could run some numbers. That'll give you enough fuel. Don't overdo your carb load on Saturday. Like I think that's a huge miss that people make on like don't go too far off the rails because somebody said, "Oh my God, you're not feeling enough." And then you load up with a bunch of garbage that doesn't make your stomach feel well. That's just
No,
gonna
I've got Yak and Yeti scheduled for Saturday, so
Yak and Yeti. Yak and Yeti. I'll take that. That's a good. I don't know where we're going Saturday.
Friday I've got what have I got? 50s. I'm going with my cousin. He's running his first 5K at Disney.
What time are you going to 50s?
Well, I'm sitting here at my laptop. Hold on.
Let's see.
50s, I've got. There it is. I mean, I've got to look at it because I'm all the way already scheduled out to Wine and Dine. So it's like waiting for the page to load up on MDE is
Waiting for the loading.
God.
Ooh, that reminds me. I should not throw this in the middle of the call. I'm going to throw it after. I'll say it towards the end. I got 2 things I got to cover that I can't forget. So somebody remind me I have 2 things. Can't forget it.
I think I can't remember right now. I think 50s there it's loading. Uh Noonish. About noon.
Oh, noonish. No, I won't see you at that time. I I got somebody else. I'm trying to get a reservation at 4 o'clock. So I was going to swing by there because I know some
Yeah,
people.
I do those for lunch. You know, when I'm eating like that, I'll eat that for lunch, and then I'll go down to the food court because I think I'm at Sports,
All right.
and I'll go down to the food court, maybe grab a turkey sandwich or something like that for that night.
Is anybody staying at Art of Animation? No, I was going to say go hassle my mother-in-law. She works there. She's in that court. Say, oh, I know your son-in-law. Oh, my little gringo. So she called me. Larry, what do you take before you run? Do you fuel up morning of?
I will, before I hit the bus, I'll grab a bagel with some peanut butter, and I may grab a Nutri-Grain bar and just some water.
Nutrient and some water. That sounds perfect. I wouldn't mess with anything there. 2 to 3 days out, start fueling up. So Thursday, up things a notch, up things on the carbs. You might want to lower your fat macro a little. You're not gonna need as much fat. You can even scale your protein down a hair, but don't go too much because protein is gonna help you rebuild a little bit after each race. And then nothing too crazy the night before. Yak and Yeti sounds perfect, but don't do anything too spicy if your stomach can't handle it. And then be ready for the finish line beer.
Definitely.
And then
You're buying, right?
For you, come on. 30 to 60 grams of carbs like every hour. So you bring some gels or anything like that?
Yeah, I'll be bringing gels. I've got gels, and I've got some of those Cliff chews that I bring as well. And I think I've got 1 or 2 packs of like sports beans around here as well. And I'll carry some of the I'll carry LMNT on my belt for hydration.
I love the LMNT. That is
I found that by accident a couple of years ago. I think I got an email saying, "Oh, here, try this," and it's like, wow. So I'll carry hydration on the half, on my running belt. I'll bring 16 ounces with me, and
what I find with that
supplement along the course.
Element is great because if I just have water in there, I will struggle to drink enough water in the day. But having the LMNT in there, I'm like, oh, it's a little flavor, but I know there's like no junk in it. It's just salting up, just flavored salt.
Yeah, I had tried that Tailwind. I was not impressed with it. I don't know what it was.
For some people on here, that might be fighting words.
I'm not saying it wasn't good. It wasn't what I was looking for.
All right. That means I'll just have to try it. I'll have to give it a go. Give it a run. Anybody else have any questions they want to hit tonight before just favorite LMNT flavors, whatever the red one is? I have to look. Red one. No, not the red. It's a pink.
The raspberry.
Yep, I like that one. I was citrus.
Watermelon's awesome.
Got it. Watermelon's awesome.
Yes.
The unflavored is horrible.
I'm not a fan of the one with the there was
Unflavored.
that one spicy.
Oh, the mango chili.
Yeah.
That's it, the mango. Yeah, I just wasn't impressed with that one. The rest of them I like, but that mango one was a bit hard to swallow.
One of the gyms I work with the teams at, every time I go there for like the past 6 months, I go into their office and the first thing I see when I walk in on like their little shelving unit is little bags of LMNT, and I will be the first to just snatch those up. I'm like, oh, I'll throw that in my water. And it's the chocolate, the mint chocolate, and the chai. And I'm like, now I know why. And I forget every time. Every time I go there, I'm like, oh, there's more. They got LMNT. And it's these 3 flavors I just refuse to try. I can't fathom drinking the chocolate flavor.
Those
I
are
tried.
Warm water.
Yeah. Yeah. I tried the chocolate on a run once and I've never been more thirsty in my life. It tasted good, but like not for a training run.
No, around the house, yes.
So speaking of like those flavors, I I got reached out to by Rise. Has anybody ever heard of Rise? No.
Like the protein, RYZE.
It I don't know if they have a protein, but it's mushroom coffee. It's mushroom coffee and it's got all these adaptogenic mushrooms in it. And they sent me two things of this thing. Tried the first one and I was like, this is flipping disgusting. I will never drink this again. And like I just pulled up the ingredients. It's got like cordyceps for stamina and increasing oxygenation, shiitake for immunity, turkey tail for digestion. There goes their pop-up ad. Lion's mane for focus. Mood support is reishi, and King Trumpet for longevity. I took one serving and had this hot coffee, and I was like, no, you are not replacing my coffee. Don't even try. And then the other one that they sent me sat in the drawer in the cabinet for way too long. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna give it a try. It's their nighttime blend. We're gonna just try it out. Let me see if I can get the ingredients on that. And it was hot chocolate flavored. And it was probably all the same ingredients with like some stuff that was meant to put you to sleep. Rise hot chocolate. There it is. Rise mushroom hot cocoa. Organic cacao. And a little bit of melatonin, which I don't like to mess with the melatonin too much every once in a while, but it was tasty. I was like, I could actually drink this as a going to sleep thing every night. Reishi, which is stress relief, cacao for blood flow, chicory for digestion, theanine for mood support, glycine for collagen production. This stuff was delicious if you're looking for like a hot cocoa drink. I just wouldn't do it every night just so you don't get that reliance on melatonin to fall asleep. With that being said, I was out like a light. I was out cold and it was good. It was real good. Coffee is coffee. Mushroom coffee is bad mushroom soup. Michelle, I like that you just spit it out how it is. Mushroom coffee made me question my dedication to fitness. Look, sometimes these brands want to send me free stuff. I'm as long as I'm not apprehensive about any of the ingredients, I will try it. All right, we'll give it a go. We'll give it a go. You know any other brands that want to send me stuff? I'm not going to complain. What else did I want to? Let's pick on. Amy, you wanted me to tear you apart, but like a lot of stuff looks good here. A lot of stuff looks good. Amy wanted to go on the hot seat tonight. She shot me the message. Let's see where we're at with Miss Amy. Amy, what do we want to do? Do we have a goal on loss? Fill everybody in. What's your goals overall?
Keep getting stronger. Replace fat with muscle.
Replace fat with muscle.
Yep.
It's very difficult to do.
Yep.
It's very difficult to do. To build muscle, you have to be in a calorie surplus. To lose fat, you have to be in a calorie deficit. And when I say it's very hard to do, it can be done. If you are somebody who's on the, on a higher end of the spectrum on the scale, and you haven't worked out religiously and you haven't, been in a consistent routine, you're going to put on muscle and you're probably going to lose fat at the same time. Little more difficult to do when, y'all can see Amy right now. She probably doesn't have much to lose there. So, it's not far off probably from goal weight and happy weight. With her, I'd almost be tempted, to adjust your calories closer. I have you trying to lose one a week currently on your numbers. Have you there? I'd be tempted to shift that closer to about a half pound a week and see if your scale didn't go up. If it didn't go up, and that's a 250 calorie difference from where you're at. If it didn't go up, I'd be tempted to push the limit to this would have you at 1,955 calories, so 500 up. Would that be scary?
It'd be a big adjustment, but I'd be willing to try it.
I wouldn't go there. I wouldn't go there fast. I would say, that would actually be your maintenance calories.
What would be?
1,955.
Okay.
So if we worked up 250, worked up 500, that would get you to maintenance. And your only goal during that period is to keep getting stronger and put a little lean muscle on.
Mhm.
What that's going to do, it's going to get her body used to eating 1955 again. All right. She's fueling me. She's giving me resources to build muscle even better. Every pound of muscle you have on your body is going to burn just a little more. It's going to turn up that metabolic rate just a little more. Muscle has a cost to it. So it costs your body calories to maintain muscle. It's just the metabolic cost of having a little muscle on there. It's why I posted, I don't know if I posted an image on my Instagram the other day. Hate to make it about me. I'm talking about Amy. And I got a lot of messages on, and I don't put too much credence into these scales. I don't love them, but I stepped on one just for the hell of it. And somebody was like, how the heck is your metabolic rate 2,809 calories? Well, in the same picture, I have 116 pounds of skeletal muscle mass on me. So my metabolism is naturally, just to maintain this, is going to be higher. I try to see you go up there. I'm tempted to do it. I mean, maybe I'll talk a little offline and plan that with you more. Bumping up to 250. If the scale doesn't go anywhere, that's beautiful. If it doesn't go anywhere, you going up 500, even better, because your metabolism is just going to tune into that. And then if you came down another 250, wow, my body, I'm used to 1,955. Let's give it a little less. And then you lose a little more fat. Lose a little more. It's kind of how I would play with yours and see where it takes us, because you're at a healthy weight. If I ran all your metrics, BMI is definitely good, and I don't put any, I hate BMI, but if we looked at, you on any kind of scale, you're not coming in at obese. You're not coming in at, you're in a healthy position there. I would just want to keep your metabolism super healthy, as healthy as possible.
Yeah, I think that sounds good.
She thinks it sounds good. Let's pick on workouts. Pushing the limits on the weight a little bit each time, not on that bench press.
So because I know you had said, I think it was 2 times ago, where you had posted that picture where it was like, okay, you hit the same weight. So I guess that's one of my questions is it better to focus on form at that same and hit it nice and clean? Or do you push the weight and maybe drop down your reps, but your form isn't as good?
We had this conversation with the reason I'm training a bunch of fresh-faced coaches. They bring me down here to train all their new people, and had this conversation with these new coaches today. Form over everything. Form should always take top above. It's like a mile ahead. It's up there. You can't even see it. That should always be number one. As the weight goes on, and you're going to see a little breakdown as form. As fatigue sets in, you're going to see a little breakdown in form. But I use the I guess, like, things I see being in gyms for years. There's always that guy, and he's usually like my age range or a little older. And he comes in and he's got like 60-pound dumbbells, and he's doing bicep curls, and he's like swinging them. And he's like, ugh, and he's like grunting, and they're swinging all over the place. And I just that guy's always got shitty arms. You look at him and you're like, this guy's doing a 60-pound curl. He should have much better arms. And I was telling the newer coaches, I'm like, these people will have a hard time when you try to correct them, because that's their job, is to correct form issues. And the guys will say, I can lift 60 pounds. Yes, you can do it, but are you getting the maximum benefit out of it? doing it with the right form, you're going to get the maximum benefit out of it. That's so, and I've said said it before. Send me a form video anytime you want. I might not get back to it right away. I'm getting a lot of messages this challenge. I love it. Send me a form video. I will try to get back to it as soon as I can watch it in a decent place. It's not my car while I'm driving to South Florida. I got behind on messaging yesterday. I will critique that. There's little things you can use to and yours looking like you did the barbell overhead press, 30 pounds, 40 pounds, 40 pounds, 30 pounds. So you were probably struggling on that overhead press with the 40 pounds, right?
Yep, towards the end. Mm-hmm.
What is your setup like? Here
it's like a YMCA. So there's
there's
machines and free weights.
So you've got access to those preset 30s and 40s, right?
Yep, and then I can do my own.
Okay. Because I would have tried 30, 35 might have been the sweet spot for you there.
Okay.
It might have been the sweet spot. And I feel like you probably could have pushed a little more there. That's, it's a problem with some gyms. Like they don't have, I don't like group fitness gyms. A lot of them jump from 15 to 20. And on curls for people, that can be a lot of weight, a 15 to 20 pound jump. Doesn't seem like a lot. And this is my arrogance and stupidity as a young gym person. And looking back 10 years, I used to say, who is using these 5-pound plates or these 2.5-pound plates? And I was like, that just put a 10 on there. Why wouldn't you just add 10 pounds? We get to a point where that 2.5 pounds on each side has been the make or break, where I'm like, oh, wow, I was able to get the reps out for this. I could not physically have done 5 pounds more. So having access, I've even looked, they have, what do they call plate? It's kind of, I don't know. It sounds like kind of a naughty name. They're called plate mates. And it's a magnetic micro weight. You can buy them. They're like a 1.25 pounds, 1.25 pounds, just 2.5 pounds. And they have a few different ones. But I just cannot justify for 1.25 pound pair of these magnetic plates. They're $49. That is like for 2.5 pounds of weight. That's a magnet. Like I can't justify that. So I'll live without it. I'll survive. But now, like just looking back, I'm like, I wish I had messed with those more because I probably would have progressed earlier instead of, oh man, I know I can't do 225 pounds, so I'm going to just stop at 205. And if Ryan was in here, I bet he would tell you he loads different little ones, in his powerlifting journey just to break through those plateaus. You like to call them power plates? Why do you call them power plates? She's quiet. She's probably eating dinner again. Let's pick on Amy's food next. Pick on Amy's food. Let's see if we got. Give me a day. Look at it yesterday. And I went through here before, and I didn't have too many issues. I mean, the Oscar Mayer roast beef, I would make. See that? No, that's why nobody wants to be on the hot seat because they make that face. I would watch that. If I'm focusing and like talking to you before, focusing on overall health seems to be a priority. Focusing on the overall health, I would lean like go towards the deli counter and get the non-packaged one, something that they're going to cut right in front of you. And it's going to be just less of those additives in there. And also for dinner, you did a meatball, you did Italian sauce, and little Good and Gather rotini. I'm not going to pick on you for the Texas toast because it goes delicious with that. And you were still only 3 grams over on fat, 3 grams over on carbs, and 1 gram off of your protein. Like that's a win. You were 40 calories under for the day. You end up splitting hairs if you go that far down the rabbit hole. You will drive yourself up the wall. Like you got to enjoy life at the same time. Now, if Amy came in and just we were 150 pounds off from her goal weight of where she wanted to be, and I know I've got my work cut out for me a little more, then I'd say, did we only have one Texas toast? Because I know, when I was 260 pounds, 250 pounds, 260, I never had one Texas toast. It was never just one. I went back in because that stuff is good. It's probably buttery. So I would probably ask those questions a little more. You probably have a little more control on that because you're very focused. Said, all right, I'm just going to have one and then I'm going to be good. Pick on another day. Nature's Valley, Oikos Protein, Premier Protein. You start your day off strong. Everyday Kind Protein Bar. Oh,
Are you looking at Sunday? Don't look at Sunday.
Sunday the 9th?
No, yep. Don't look at that one.
So,
in my defense,
it was
my son's birthday. We only eat out like once every few months, and I was going all in.
You didn't get the fries at Five Guys?
No.
You have self-control then, because there's a Five Guys cheeseburger here. I'm like, wow, she had a really healthy day. Oh, Five Guys cheeseburger. I'm like, it's not scrolling down anymore. But like, balance. I will preach balance forever. Like, most people, where their issue lies is that was your Sunday cheat meal. People will have the cheat meal on Friday night, and then they'll have some cocktails, and it's McDonald's in the morning. And
oh God, no.
You don't like Mickey D's, Larry?
No, I avoid Mickey D's.
Look, Egg McMuffin action.
Nope.
You're making
only in an emergency will I stop at Mickey D's.
All right, but yeah, that tends to be the problem. Where like Friday goes off the rail, then you got all right. Well, I went off the rail Friday. I might as well mess around Saturday. I might as well enjoy Sunday. I will get backtrack on Saturday. And then we're looking at, 2.5 days out of your week, 2.5 out of 7, which, see, now I got the McDonald's song stuck in my head. Half 7, It's 35%. 35% of your week right there. Well, 36% almost. So your one little cheat meal just goes pretty far off the rails. I mean, I'm tempted. I think I'm gonna try to bump up them calories a little slowly on you. See how you react. When is your trip's not for a while?
Correct. I have a POT half coming up in March that I'm gonna have a goal for, but otherwise, yeah, my trip isn't until June.
In March?
Yep.
All right, then I'm gonna doubly watch you a little closer, just because if every human body's a little different, everybody's metabolism is different. If I go up slow, the scale will actually go up. But if it does, I'm gonna watch it close. So you get to make sure you just stay on point with like weekly weigh-ins. I'm gonna set a little notey note. Boom, boom, boom. Somebody else can get picked on next week. Take volunteers. If not, I pick on somebody. And God knows what I'll find. I clicked Sunday and we found Five Guys. It happens. So we started on the 20th. That means 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 20th, 1, 2. I'm looking at my calendar. We are 4 weeks. 4 weeks is the 16th. 4 weeks is the 16th. Make sure, I'll put this in the group, make sure you get a weigh-in sometime between whatever you eat for Valentine's Day, wherever your heart takes you on Valentine's Day and Sunday. And I will adjust calories with that. Send me a weigh-in and let me know like where you want the scale to go. You looking for a little more? Does your energy feel good? Give me a summary. Energy feel good. I'd like to see a little more lost and your current weight. And I'll be making adjustments. If I haven't already, some of you I went in and I made some adjustments just based on what I'm seeing early, but I'm gonna knock out the rest as I go. Next week, I want to do a little mini challenge for the halfway mark. That also means points end. That's my third reminder. I'm gonna jump. Points, midway points end on Sunday, the 16th. So I will have a prize to give out when I see everybody on Monday, the 17th. Y'all aren't opposed to meeting on President's Day, right? We all cool with that? Yeah, I thought so. Unless you're off work. If not, you watch the recording. So we'll have a little prize at the end of the day on the 16th. Try to get that out there right away. And then we'll do another mini challenge the 17th through the 21st. What's a fun mini challenge? Do we like a water focus challenge? Like making sure to stay hydrated enough, especially with everybody going into Princess and my good friend Chris Turner always bitching about hydration. So I go, and then Christy, you don't want to be working with dehydrated people at finish lines, right?
Not particularly, but I'll be in Canada next week, so I have a funeral service to go to.
You know,
I'm gonna freeze my ass off.
All right. Well, hopefully you get back soon and it's a safe trip. I think we'll do a water challenge next week. I'll send the details out on that.
Going down.
I'll dial it up. And then, Alex, you're going to be coming down here. You ready? She got quiet there. She yelled something. Bob.
Sorry, I put my phone down. I was on the walking pad.
Ah, you good. You good. And then what was my other thing? So we'll do a water challenge, midway weigh-ins by Sunday. If you're traveling or something between now and then, just weigh in before and shoot me a message. Melissa wants to go on the hot seat. Michelle wants to go on the hot seat. Michelle, I'm actually going to tie your hot seat in with what we talked about, mindful eating. So, I'll do a whole flow and you're going to be part of like a Monday. Maybe we'll do Monday, Michelle.
It would have to be a Wednesday for me because Mondays I have my HIIT class.
Oh, I have my HIIT class. Fancy.
She's one of those people who are perpetually upbeat during class and you don't want to go, but you keep going because you really like her.
Oh my God. That's me.
Oh no, I've been working out with her for years and she's super fun. So
that's me. I enjoy doing that, just getting to meet people in like that fashion, like in coaching a HIIT type class. Yes, you can DM me the weigh-ins, Krista. And I realized I don't actually coach in-person classes anymore unless like it would take somebody like on the deathbed where they'll call me and I'll say, all right, yeah, I'll step in and help out. And I'm training all these new people and I put on a microphone for the first time in like 6 months. I was like, oh, this is fun. I am the voice of God. Post Princess beer meeting with all of us? Absolutely. Absolutely. We're yeah, I gotta figure what during the half or the full or the 10K.
Or all.
I'll figure out a little meetup time this time. I gotta just double check when actually CC Turner made the breakfast reservations. So make sure I don't intersect with that and then we'll be good. So I know it's not Melissa N. Am I looking at Melissa? I got a Melissa M or a Melissa W?
Melissa W.
Melissa W. All right. Melissa Dubs for the hot seat next week. Next week on Monday. And then we'll go with Michelle on Wednesday. Michelle, you're not like traveling for a race or anything, are you, on Wednesday?
No, I'm not fancy enough to get to come to Princess.
I only benefits because it's close. If it wasn't close, I wouldn't be doing it.
I can see Canada from my house, so it's not close.
If you
I'll
need,
wave.
you can run a lot faster.
What part? Oh, Krista, where are you going?
I'm going to Toronto, Mississauga area.
Okay. I can see Port Dover, London from my house, so
Okay.
just
Yep, that's
just
where my
right on the other
brother-in-law
side there.
lives.
Okay.
All right. Look at just people uniting. All right. So you're Michelle, you're going to be up Wednesday night. Maybe I'll shift focus. No, I'll just do a little focus and a hot seat, smaller focus and a hot seat on Monday, and then an intuitive eating. So to
Because
preview
I'm
on
sure
that,
there are others out there that don't track because of mental. I'm sure they're out there.
100%. So if you don't know intuitive eating, that's what we're talking about. Michelle eats mindfully, and there's ways to do that. She doesn't want to put the food on the scale. And hey, I've told you about when I went nuts doing that, and I ate 5 spears of asparagus and I ate 7 almonds. So I'll do a whole thing on intuitive eating, and then we'll hot seat her and see what it looks like. Sounds good?
I did have asparagus today, but I have no idea how many spears.
It's grown on me. I like asparagus now. I like it. All right. Well, I'm going to pack so that I can get on the road tomorrow by 3 p.m. I'm going to load up my car now so I can see Season tomorrow cooking and not blow her off and get hassled. I will see everybody else on Monday and those me and my seasoned crew. I'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Night.
Bye.
Night.